Hello, and welcome to show number 2535 of Eyes on Success, a weekly program empowering the visually impaired with expert advice, personal stories, and the latest in technology and accessibility. I'm Nancy Torpey.
And I'm Pete Torpey.
What we're launching is the Ally Solos glasses, where we've partnered with a company called Solos. They've been making smart eyewear for quite some time, and we put Ally onto it.
And that's what we'll be talking about today, a new affordable pair of smart glasses designed specifically for people with vision issues.
Artificial intelligence is opening new doors in accessibility. We'll be speaking with Karthik Kannan, co-founder and CTO of Envision, about the new Ally app and how you can use it with the Solos smart glasses, and about using QR codes to bring detailed museum descriptions to blind visitors, showing how technology can improve participation in public life for people with vision loss. But first, for our tip of the week. This week's tip comes from Karthik Kannan.
So when you want your AI, assistant, could be Ally, could be ChatGPT, could be any other AI assistant. When you want it, to give you a response in the exact manner that you're expecting, what I would suggest for people is if you want to get an exact response in the format that you want, the AI an example. So let's say, when you ask it a question about the weather, you simply want it to give the information always, as a poem, right? So why don't you just go ahead and tell or give Ally an example of a poem with like the weather in it, and then what Ally or AI, any AI assistant would do is it would learn not just from the task that you gave it, but it would learn from the example that you gave it, and actually go ahead and give you the response in the way you want it to, right? This is something that a lot of people who are using AI assistants, should know, because just providing examples of the outputs that you want from these AI assistants, just direct examples helps you save a lot of time in going back and forth and trying to get Ally or other AI assistants to listen to what you're saying, right? So that's my tip for the week. Always provide examples to the AI assistants, that you're talking to get the exact response from them in a way that you like.
That is a great tip. People don't realize the importance of prompt engineering and how to interact with AI, and that can be very helpful. Support for Eyes on Success is provided by
Biped AI, the Swiss startup behind Noah, an all-in-one mobility tool worn on the shoulders. Noah provides audio GPS instructions, detects obstacles, and describes surroundings in real time using its live AI feature. More information is available at biped.ai.
You are listening to Eyes on Success. Success, 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 success.
Let's start by meeting Karthik and learning about his company Envision.
Today's guest has been with us before on Eyes on Success, but today he has a lot of new, exciting information to share with us. So, Karthik, for people who may not remember you, maybe you can remind us who you are and what you do.
Sure. So my name is Karthik Kannan, and I am the co-founder and CTO of Envision. For those of you who don't know, and some of you who might vaguely remember, Envision is a company that builds AI tools that help people who are blind or low vision to live a more independent life. People might know us from the Envision AI app, which is a free app that allows blind or low vision people to do different tasks, or get the app to do different tasks, like being able to read text, instantly, or being able to scan documents or get descriptions of scenes around them, and so on. Some people might know us from the days of the Envision glasses, which is a wearable that, a pair of smart glasses that has a camera on the right side, a touchpad, and a speaker located right next to your ear. And you could use the Envision glasses to read things around you or recognize faces, objects, and so much more. And the Gen Z kids might know us from our recent Ally app, which is an app that allows, again, a blind or low vision person to live more independently. But instead of, having pesky menus and buttons and things like that that you have to press in order to get things done, you could simply ask Ally a question, and Ally will pick the right tool to answer that question for you and then respond to you. So you could be outside, you could just simply tell Ally, hey, can you tell me what's in front of me? Or you could, hold a piece of document like a menu card in front of Ally and say, hey, can you read this out for me? And Ally would just go ahead and read it out for you. You could ask it for very specific things like, hey, Ally, tell me the closest coffee shops, near my house, and Ally would do that for you. Or you could go ahead and ask Ally to look up the weather and calendar and so much more. It's essentially a conversational AI assistant. Again, that's free to install and use. That's available on iOS, Android, and the web. So people might know us through that as well. So we've been around for quite some time.
I was going to say, you have been around for quite some time. You have a lot of experience in making AI tools and glasses for the blind. How long ago have you started this effort?
Envision is entering its ninth year of existence. But the beauty of it is every 3 or 4 years, we get an opportunity to reinvent ourselves. So we started the Envision AI app back in 2017, and then we launched the Envision glasses in 2020, and then we launched Ally in 2024, and now we're here to talk about something exciting as well, which we'll come to later on in the show.
And with this type of technology changing so quickly, it's marvelous that you can reinvent yourself and take advantage of these new tools and capabilities. That's great.
Eyes on Success connects corporate sponsors with visually impaired listeners around the world.
More information about becoming a sponsor can be found at www.sponsor.eyesonsuccess.net.
This week's focus topic is about some exciting new tools from Envision, such as the new Ally Solo smart glasses, and about using QR codes to bring detailed museum descriptions to blind visitors.
Anyway, Karthik, in the introduction, we talked about what your company does, and we wanted to talk about a number of specific issues. But let's start out with something we didn't talk about in the introduction. You have an effort now to make museums more accessible using some of the tools that you've developed. Can you talk about that?
So we have been building Ally, which is a simple conversational AI like ChatGPT, but it's built entirely for blind or low vision people. So it's really good at reading text. You could use it to read things around you. You could use it to get very detailed descriptions of what's around you and so on. And it's available on the App Store and the Play Store for people to download today. So now that we have this conversational AI that's getting noticeably smarter every few months, what are the other areas of a blind or low vision person's life that we could impact with this technology? And for a lot of people, especially the blind and low vision folks in our own team, right? Whenever we used to go on trade shows to see Sun or other trade shows, one of the things that I like to do is visit museums. And, I really like we go as a team on the weekends to a museum and stuff like that. And I often notice how a lot of blind and low vision people struggle or don't think of museums as a place that they feel comfortable visiting, because even though there's AI tools and all of that today, and even though we have audio guides, it still feels like the artwork is not very accessible to begin with, right? So that's when we decided to go ahead and think about, okay, what if we take Ally and make it work for museums?
How did that work?
So we partnered with a couple of museums in the San Francisco Bay Area. We said to them, hey, I know you guys have these audio descriptions for all the different artworks. Give them to us. And we work with the blind user group in the Bay Area. They're specifically dedicated to making museums more accessible. So we worked with them and we converted those audio descriptions into audio descriptions that are accessible, right? That paint a picture, of an artwork in a more vivid fashion, something that's catered towards blind or low vision people. And we fed all of that information to Ally. So now if you visit the San Francisco Museum of Craft and Design or the Asian Arts Museum, you could just scan a QR code and it opens up Ally on your phone. And you could simply point at any piece of artwork and say, hey, can you describe this art to me? And Ally would take a picture, it will recognize the artwork for you and give you a description. And instead of a static audio guide where you just press a button and it gives you a description and things end over there. This gives you an opportunity to actually really explore the artwork more. So you can actually dive into what the artwork is about. You can ask it about colors. You can ask it about what elements are there in the artwork, and you could just keep diving deeper and deeper into it. So there's no end to the curiosity. And now art doesn't have to be inaccessible anymore. It can be accessible because of a tool like Ally.
So these museums in San Francisco, I gather they're the first two museums you've implemented this in?
Yes. So the San Francisco Museum of Craft and Design and the Asian Arts Museum in the Bay Area are the two museums that we're currently piloting this in. We're talking to a bunch of museums right now across the US. And yeah, if your listeners or you have a favorite museum that you would like to see Ally in, let me know and we'll reach out to the people who might be part of the museum.
Well, that's a great way of making these museums more accessible to visually impaired people, and they can find out a lot more about all the exhibits. We actually did a show several months ago about using some of these AI tools to do that kind of thing. But what I think is unique about Ally is, first of all, you have this capability of telling it a little bit about yourself and customizing the AI to respond to how you like responses. And then also, this is developed specifically for the blind. When you use some of these other tools, they don't really know how to describe things optimally to visually impaired people, whereas you've really fine-tuned that capability. And I find that from Ally and the Envision app, I get much more useful descriptions for me as a visually impaired person.
Yeah, no, I think, these descriptions, if you, for example, take a chat GPT to an artwork and show it, right? More often than not, when you take ChatGPT or any other generic AI assistant and then you point it at one of these artworks that it doesn't know about, then, the chances of it hallucinating something or, giving you incorrect information is quite high. So what we thought was, instead of letting Ally run amok with these descriptions, let's try to tell Ally about the artwork beforehand, right? Let's try to, teach it how to identify different artworks and use the artist approved and museum approved descriptions, because the museums would like to have say in the descriptions themselves, because they want it to be as accurate as possible and not have any bias built into them and so on. So someone who is actually using Ally versus ChatGPT or any other assistant in these kind of settings will find that Ally does a much better job than having to use the generic AI assistant, simply because it knows the artwork beforehand. So even if the artist is not very well known or quite niche, as long as we have the data from the museums, it's possible for us to build something that actually works really well.
And this is a great segue into what I'd like to talk about next. You can certainly do this accessible museum experience using the Ally app on your phone, but it's a lot easier if you can be wearing a pair of glasses and do all this hands-free. So tell us about your new glasses and how this can work both with the museum app and other tasks in life.
We launched the Envision glasses back in 2020. And since then, we've been looking for a pair of glasses that will help us make AI more accessible for people who are blind or low vision. So what we're launching is the Ally Solos glasses, where we've partnered with a company called Solos. They've been making smart eyewear for quite some time, and we put Ally onto it. So now a blind or low vision person can basically wear these glasses and simply have a conversation back and forth with Ally and get things done, right? So they could be, for example, wearing these glasses, sitting at a restaurant, scanning a menu, or they could be outside at a train station and they can just ask Ally to identify, what platform number is this, or they could be looking at a document and tell Ally, hey, can you summarize this for me? Or they could be outside and if it's an unknown environment, they could ask Ally to get you a detailed description, and it's all lightning fast. So you could get results in less than 500 milliseconds, which is basically the limit at which human conversations are, right? If you and I are having a conversation, then we usually respond to each other in less than 500 milliseconds. So all of that happens really fast, and these glasses are great. I mean, they come with an all-day battery life. They weigh about 42 grams, which is 1.5 ounces. They come with two HD cameras. So on the Envision glasses, you've got one HD camera, but with the Ally Solos glasses, you have two HD cameras. And we've been able to make this technology more accessible to more people now at $399. So anyone can just buy a pair. They can connect the glasses to their phone. It's as easy as connecting like a pair of headphones to your phone, and then you can just start using Ally. There's no need to connect to the internet separately. None of that stuff. Just put on the glasses, start asking a question, and then Ally is able to help you out with your tasks.
From the pictures on the website, it looks like these glasses actually look pretty much like regular glasses in your choice of kind of everyday styles or sports styles. And, some people don't like having something that looks weird on their face. So having it look like regular glasses and weigh not much more, that's terrific.
Yeah, like I think that was one of the key factors for us from the beginning is we wanted something that literally looks like any other pair of glasses, right? The really nice thing is you can always swap out the lenses in them to be prescription lenses or dark lenses. That's possible to do with these glasses as well.
And it's really great to be able to wear this on your face and work all the capabilities hands-free. Now, you talked about this being connected to the phone and running the Ally app. Can you also run some of the other apps and capabilities of your phone from the glasses?
Yeah, most certainly. I think the beauty of these Ally Solos glasses is that not only are they running Ally, they're also considered or looked at by the phone as just a regular pair of headphones. So it behaves like a regular pair of headphones. You could listen to music with these glasses. You can answer telephone calls or respond to messages or connect these glasses to your Siri or your Google Assistant. So you could it's pretty versatile outside of just its use as a glasses to run Ally. You could use it as a regular pair of headphones as well. And the beauty of these glasses is that they have these speakers angled in a certain way next to your ear. The Solos people call it the whisper technology. Essentially, what it does is that even if you're indoors and if you're around people, what the audio that comes out of these headphones is something that still feels private to only you. So only you hear the output of these headphones. People around you don't hear it, and that's one of the really cool things. They don't have to worry about other people or disturbing other people or other people kind of eavesdropping, their conversation with the AI. So that way, it works really well as well.
And presumably, when you're walking outside, it doesn't block noises from your environment, so you can walk around safely and still hear cars passing and other pedestrians, etc.
No, most definitely. I think that was a key requirement for us. These new Ally Solos glasses take it up a notch. They still offer better quality or better sound, and it's on both sides of your ear. So it's not just on one side of your ear. With the Envision glasses, you could only hear on the right side, but now you've got stereo sound that comes onto both sides of your to both ears. So it gives you a much richer audio experience when you're listening to music or when you're talking to Ally or when you're on phone calls and so on.
Where's the microphone so you can communicate with it?
So the microphone is embedded throughout the device. So they have they call it like an array of microphones. So it's not just one microphone that's there. So it's just embedded throughout the device in a certain pattern. So it kind of eliminates as much noise as possible, but still retains the audio from the environment. Like these folks know their smart glasses really well.
You referenced the all-day battery life of the device. Can you talk a little bit about the battery life and how the unit is charged?
The unit is charged in like a really simple way. So on the two stems of the glasses, right, on the left side and the right side, the stem is the part that sits on your ear. Those can be detached and they can be plugged into a USB-C cable, right? So if you have a USB-C cable with you can just plug those two stems at the same time, and the glasses take about 20 to 30 minutes to charge, and you get an all-day battery life with these two glasses. And then, of course, if you put them on standby, which is, you fold the glasses and you keep them, they go to sleep after a while, and you get like multiple days of charge on a single charge, right? So you don't have to keep charging your glasses. And with our testing, we've noticed that, with us using Ally consistently, you get at least about like 5 to 6 hours of battery life on these glasses.
For anybody who didn't catch Karthik's description, what he is calling the stems is what Americans call earpieces.
Yeah, it is the earpiece, yeah.
Throughout our conversation, you've referred to Envision and Ally, and I've seen things on the internet talking about perhaps a transition from Envision to Ally, and I thought you could help clear up any confusion listeners might have about what's going on there.
Yeah, I think Envision, so just for starters, the Envision AI app, which people really love, which people still use, is not going anywhere. It's still very much part of the Envision family. Our aim is to not phase out the Envision AI app anytime soon. It is to encourage people to use the Ally app, because a lot of the features that are there on the Envision app are very much improved with the Ally app. And you have a lot less restrictions in terms of how many pages you can scan with the Ally app and so on, right? And for example, something like describe scene on the Envision app, when you click a button, you have to wait for about 20-30 seconds, and then it gives you a one-line description of what's in front of you, right? But if you were to use the Ally app, you basically get much richer descriptions in like half a second, right? And you're able to have a back and forth conversation about the description or about your environment in a more natural way. So our aim is to simply encourage people to get them to use the Ally app over the Envision app. And Envision is just the name of the company, and Ally is the primary product that Envision is selling right now.
As many people realize, it takes some money to run these AI apps, and I understand there is a subscription model available with these glasses. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that and what the difference is between using the glasses with and without the subscription.
So the thing is, there is a $10 per month subscription plan that Ally offers. So that the Ally Pro basically gives for $10 a month gives users unlimited number of minutes of conversation with Ally. It also gives access to premium features of Ally, for example, conversation history, memory. You could go ahead and create shortcuts. So instead of, if you're somebody who has a morning routine of like checking the latest news updates about some specific topic, you could just go ahead and create a shortcut and then hit a button, and Ally will just look up the information for you automatically or run that shortcut for you and give you a response without you asking for it. And we're also going to be introducing live video AI as well. So instead of you having to constantly keep taking pictures of things around you, you could just turn on live video mode and then just walk through like a place and have Ally describe things to you in near real time. And it also remembers things that it's seen in the past during the conversation as well. So if you've left a pair of keys on a table in a live video session, kept walking around, and then you ask Ally, hey, could you tell me where I left my keys? It knows that you have left it on the table. So those are things that we're introducing in the pro version of Ally. So people could go ahead and use the free version still, where we have a limited number of minutes per conversation, whereas with the pro version, you could just talk to Ally and you get all of these other pro features along with it as well.
Well, those are impressive capabilities, and I've heard of lots of visually impaired people really desiring some kind of live video capability, because otherwise they have to keep prompting these AIs to look, and sometimes it's not describing what it's actually looking at the time. So I can see that being very useful to people. Great work.
Yeah, I know, we're super excited. I think we're going to be introducing a lot more pro features in the coming weeks. But it's also our commitment to keep improving the free version as well. So I'm super excited for people to try out the Envision app and also pre-order a pair of the Ally glasses, which are available for pre-order right now and will ship towards the end of September.
Well, it's wonderful to see you keep innovating and changing with the times as these technologies are improving and enhancing our lives. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks so much, Nancy and Pete. I think I really appreciate being here and being given the opportunity to talk to your audience about what we're doing with these glasses.
You are listening to Eyes on Success. Success, 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 success,
Now for this week's final item, how to learn more about Envision and Ally and their other projects and how to contact them.
Well, Karthik, if people are interested in learning more about Envision AI, the Ally Solos glasses, and the museum accessibility work you're doing, where would you send them?
People can pre-order a pair of Ally Solos glasses today when they visit our website. That is ally.me/glasses. It's ALLY.me/glasses. People can pre-order a version of the glasses there. It's at $399 and will start shipping towards the end of September. You can also install the Ally app for free and then use it for free as well by simply searching for Ally on the App Store or Play Store, or visiting ally.me to use the web version of Ally. If you want to use Ally on your desktop, that's also possible. So these are the places where people can find out more about us. I'll be very glad if your listeners could check these out and give us their feedback.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know Ally could be used on the desktop also.
Yep, Ally is currently available on iOS, Android, and the web, and we'll be soon bringing this to WhatsApp, Telegram, and you'll even have a phone number where you can give Ally a regular telephone call and have a conversation with it.
Wow. So where would people get information about other Envision products?
You could simply follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, and so on. So we've got ally.me, that's ALLY.me, and you could follow us there, and we would talk in general about all the other Envision products there on our social media handles.
And you talked about trying to make more and more museums accessible, but this involves listeners and visually impaired people talking to either you or the museums.
If they have a museum that they want us to reach out to, people could simply drop me a quick note at kk@ally.me. So that's 2K, so K for King, at ALLY.me. That's my personal email address. If you have a favorite museum that you would like to see Ally in, we can go ahead and make that happen. And in all of these museums, our aim is to offer Ally free of cost to the visitors. You could drop us a quick note and we'll be more than happy to contact these museums and get the ball rolling.
In case you missed any of that in the audio, it will all be contained in the show notes with episode 2535, which is this episode, at www.eyesonsuccess.net.
That's it for today's show. Next week on Eyes on Success, we'll be talking about creating tech solutions for social good. We'll talk with Jim Fruchterman, founder of Tech Matters, about his journey from Arkenstone to Bookshare and the challenges of funding social enterprises. He shares his insights on agile development, inclusive design, and why tech for good matters to the disability community.
We always learn something when we talk with Jim, so join us next week for that episode.
You've been listening to Eyes on Success, hosted and produced by Nancy Torpey and Peter Torpey.
You can access the full archive of previous shows, subscribe to the podcast, and much more by going to our website, www.eyesonsuccess.net. If you have questions about anything you've heard on the show or have suggestions for future shows, send an email to hosts@eyesonsuccess.net.
Thank you for listening and have a nice day.